One of the examples that Amy Edmondson, the researcher at Harvard that did this and created a scale to measure psychological safety, one of the examples she gave I really love from healthcare. So they're trying to make hospitals safer. And so if you go into a hospital and say, which one of your colleagues screwed up last week? How likely do you think you are to get an answer? Not so likely. Her question example was last week as safe as you would like it to be? Right, so you can see our questions we take hugely for granted. In fact, how many questions do you think kids ask between the ages of 3 and 5 on a daily basis? 1 million, you have a lot of kids. How many questions do you think kids ask per day? Or you have a lot of kids right now, you're in it, in the thick of it. 50, 100, 200. On average, believe it or not, there's actually been research done on this. On average, kids between the age of 3 and 5 ask 300 to 400 questions per day. There was a study in the UK where that came out to a question being asked roughly every 2 minutes and 32 seconds from the time wake up to the time they went to bed. And all of you who are parents of young kids right now feel heard, seen, and understood. You're like, it's not just in my house. Okay. How many questions do you think adults ask per day? 10? Ugh. 5, 20? 50? On average, adults ask 6 to 12 questions per day. And I don't know about your life, but some of my questions are, what should we eat tonight? They're not necessarily questions that build a relationship of trust, that strengthen rapport or culture, that bring people into the fold, that smooth communication. They're questions that are logistical in nature. So let me be really clear. Do not mishear me. Do not go back to asking 300 to 400 questions a day. You will lose your job. Although asking questions is a part of your job. What I am wondering is, it makes sense that kids are asking these questions because when you're this tall, you don't know why a red light turns red. So you have to ask, why is that light red? As you learn more stuff, as we get taller, we know more stuff, and so we ask less questions. The problem is, I've never met a person on the planet who could claim that they know more than 1% of what there is to know in the world. Right? So like